So the first thing I want to show you is the question that your clients are really asking, especially as they're watching your free content. Remember, the ecosystem is all about education, connection, and your offer, and tying that into your content. You can't control when somebody buys from you, but you can control how ready they are prepared to be once they are actually in the buying stage. So when you create your content, you want to create it from awareness, consideration, and also the decision making. You want to cover all these areas because your client could come to you and just binge watch a bunch of your content and say, I've seen enough. I want the highest level thing. They could also come to you and decide that they want to take the next step with a course. So having those things ready for them, even if they're not perfect, can help move things along. So the question is, if I hired Carly Bonderud as a coach, what would she give me that doesn't already come from her free content? And then because of what I've already put out on Threads and LinkedIn and on YouTube, what comes up is if you hire Carly Bonderud as a coach, you gain access to direct high-level advocacy and strategic implementation that moves beyond the informational nature of her free podcast and blog content. While her free content explains the why of natural birth and sovereignty, her paid coaching focuses on the how, tailored specifically to your circumstances. Exclusive paid benefits, direct advocacy and strategy, access top-tier advocacy secrets designed to help you get what you want without fighting an uphill battle. Now, a lot of this is still with birth, but that is my main business that I've already built and fleshed out fully. Empowered Mom Magic is something that I'm building on top of that. So it's more of the one-to-one access and also with the group coaching because moms, we don't have a lot of time to sit through and go through courses. But at the same time, if you're looking at a course not as the end result, but as something that someone can use to warm up to you, then you have a whole different way of creating that course. So you also get a personalized roadmap, one-on-one coaching through the Empowering Moms Canada to identify specific gaps in the birth team and create a plan for informed consent. The thing is that you get a personalized roadmap, whichever entry point you're in. So it can also be a personalized roadmap if you're wanting to build a business, grow a business, shift into a new season of motherhood while growing your business in another season. There's a lot of things that you can do with a personalized roadmap. Grow Your Garden of Abundance Mistress Mind, a high-level space for mothers that combines strategy, collaboration, and AI to help you build an intentional business without the boss babe burnout described in the general posts. Now, again, there's also a Mistress Mind in the birth space, and that's where I started, where most of my clients came to me and we had a group chat. And within this group chat feature, they were able to talk about their births. In fact, we're reusing the group chat now because one of our members had a new baby. So the other thing is you identify the transformation. Deep dive coaching focused on reclaiming personal sovereignty and transforming your identity through major life transitions like birth and entrepreneurship, and trauma-informed support. So specialized coaching for women planning home births, previous birth trauma. I mean, the AI's got it essentially, but I can go deeper with that. So when you have the trauma-informed support, the identity transformation, a mistress mind that you can basically source from the group, and having that personalized roadmap, you are able to get a lot more out of it. So when you're creating an offer for your client, you're always wanting to look at how is this different than just giving information? Because information, whether we like it or not, is completely free now. And not only is it free, it's easy to access. With the rise of AI, it's made it that a lot of courses that were just based on information, it's made them irrelevant. And people haven't quite caught up to that yet. But as I mentioned before, I'm always 10 steps ahead. So I can see where things are going and I can see the problems that are going to arise when people still try to sell information. You can't sell information anymore. That age is over. So recognizing that you get something better than information. The next thing you want to check out is about the workshop itself. So the question is, how does Carly Bonderud use her free workshops to attract clients? Carly Bonderud uses free workshops and trainings as a top of funnel strategy to demonstrate her ecosystem of attraction and provide immediate value before transitioning prospects into her high ticket coaching. Strategic use of free workshops, proof of concept. She uses the free training to showcase her implementation container model rather than just lecturing. She encourages participants to work on their business during the call and provide a sample of her coaching style. Engagement loops. Bonderud leverages social media hand-raising posts, asking her audience to comment with specific keywords to receive access to her free training. This identifies warm leads who are actively looking for results. The gap strategy. She distinguishes free workshops from paid coaching by framing workshops as off-the-rack general information, while her premium coaching is custom-tailored to the individual's specific challenges and goals. Human design integration. She often directs potential clients to use AI to explore their human design types before asking how her specific ecosystem supports these types, positioning her workshop and coaching as the necessary follow-up for personalized execution. The conversion tactics, low friction entry. By offering free workshops, she lowers the barrier to entry for ambitious women who may be dissatisfied with traditional job structures. Transition to results-based packages. After building trust through free content, she moves clients away from standard packages toward customized high-ticket offers, where she charges for specific results rather than hourly rates. Connection and advocacy. Her background with Empowering Moms Canada informs her approach, focusing on advocacy and informed consent, which she translates into business coaching by teaching clients how to advocate for their own worth and results. So the next thing I'm going to quickly show you before we wrap up is Your Empowered Birth workshop, okay? And with Your Empowered Birth workshop, what I really wanted was to help people get from point A to point B. This workshop was taught within 6 hours. And each module I broke up into several shorter modules. So it's very easy to create these workshops. And they used to be done live. But what I want you to notice is that when I made it a free workshop, I've put in a little bit of these codes to help. So telling what's in the video, making sure they get the workbook that's in a Google Drive, that's easily accessible. If they want to purchase, they have a PayPal link. And if they want to pay, they can go and purchase the actual program. And then what purchasing gets them, though, is a call with me. And then in addition, taking advantage of the premium coaching skills, there's also a form that they can fill out. So you're always wanting to take your prospects from cold to close and walking them through the process. That's essentially what I have on creating offers. There's a little bit more to it as well. So when creating my content, and I've already gone over this in the past, there's DIY, which is do it yourself. They can piece it all together and they can try to create their own course from it. But this takes a lot of time and effort. And at a certain point, people might be like, you know what, I'm tired of spinning my wheels. I just want to go get the course. That's where self-study comes in. Having your courses already accessible, they can get a taste of what you're like as a teacher. Because when you're doing content, sometimes you're doing it more personalized, sometimes you're doing it more teaching-based, but it's not as streamlined as if you were to do a course. So you want to show them what it's like to go through a course with you. Your course, you want to make sure is taking someone from point A to point B. Basically, they're on Hell Island. They need your bridge to get to Heaven Island. And your content is essentially speaking, if you go and check out this program, that's my bridge, and that will take you to Heaven Island. When they actually go into your course, they need to get results, because if they don't get the results that they're looking for, they're not going to hire you as their coach. So when you're looking at that, and obviously this is for someone who has a service-based business, what you're really seeing is that there's a sophisticated way of doing something that a lot of coaches aren't taught. They're just taught to give information. Your job is to give the information in a way that actually delivers results for people, because there's a difference. And if you'd like to know more about that, you'd like to work deeper, you can always ask questions, because that is what the Mistress Mind is for. And that's what premium coaching is for. Because the final layer, the premium coaching, that's when you're customizing your own frameworks to the individual. When you're teaching them, you are essentially tying it in. So, for example, with Sierra Abler, I would be talking to her directly about how she's in postpartum right now, and she's in stage 1 of her business. She just started it, and she's growing it a little bit each day. She's also in postpartum. So being in postpartum means that she has less time to spend hustling. She needs to focus on her recovery, and she needs to be focused on her baby. There's a lot of sleep deprivation that happens as a postpartum mom. So her strategy is going to be different than Carrie's strategy, where Carrie's strategy is more designed to get on more speaking opportunities, more stages. Sierra needs to take a step back from the stage so that she can focus on her baby. That's why we recorded a podcast together earlier while she was still pregnant. She's got her stage. It's there. It's evergreen. It's not going to go anywhere. And I can amplify the message anytime I want and anytime that she needs. She can reach out to me and she can say, "Hey, Carly, I'm trying to draw an offer right now. Can you reshare the content?" And I would absolutely reshare the content. So you need to be relying on your sisters, and you need to be recognizing that if you create high quality content, your sisters are more likely to share that, because they can build off of that. If you only create fluff content doesn't move people forward. And what we really want to do is move people forward. Finally, the last part, creating your offers. Carrie's offers are going to be different from Sierra's, because again, there's different levels, and Caitlin even has different things that she's dealing with. Amanda has different things, challenges that she is dealing with. A lot of our members have certain challenges, and they're in different seasons of building their business or rebuilding their business, expanding their business. I just happen to be the mom who doesn't have her kids right now. And because I don't have my kids right now, I'm able to spend more energy towards amplifying messages. At the same time, I'm also getting a full-time job to bring in some more cash flow to my business, because it is just me and a lot of things were destabilized. And at the same time, I've built the ecosystem on my side already, so that it's very simple. All I have to do is spend maybe 20 minutes a day just sending out little messages and creating a more amplified voice on social media. You will want to go back and check out more of the videos on connection. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to say, is that we have been doing the Mistress Mind in our own way. Whether you've been in the room or whether you're catching the replays, it's irrelevant. You've been part of the Mistress Mind. Even if you didn't join the actual room itself and you aren't a podcast queen yet, you are still in the Mistress Mind, because you're watching the videos and you're participating and you're getting the results. So this is really what I wanted to show the example of. And next time that I show up, I'm going to be wrapping up. And if you found value in this, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, pay it forward, pass it on, because a drop in the ocean creates ripples. Many ripples create waves, and enough waves can change the tide. And if we all work together and start supporting each other's businesses and start amplifying the message, tying our offers into our content, creating our programs so that people can go through them and get a taste of who we are, and doing it easily and effortlessly by maybe hosting a Mistress Mind yourself and recording parts of it and putting those on YouTube. I mean, you can do this. You can really do this. It's very easy to start a group. All you have to do is talk to people. And if you'd like me to be part of your group and have some teaching, we can do that. And we can work on a price structure that works for both of us so that essentially we're not alone. Okay, that's really what I wanted to say, is that you're not alone. You always have me. You have the rest of the sisters in the Mistress Mind. You have our network, and you can create your offers. Thank you so much for watching. Have a happy, empowered birth journey, whether you're birthing a baby, a business, a new project, a movement, a new version of yourself. Let Empowering Moms be your guide. And I will see you next time. Namaste.